Hi, both. Thanks for joining us today on our Business Gurus channel, where we will be discussing key business topics to help students grasp the most important elements of their course in preparation for their exams and future career. Let's get started.
Welcome, everyone. Today we're doing a deep dive into, well, business competition. How do companies really stand out? You know,
Yeah, it's a crowded world out there for businesses.
exactly. And we've got this visual source today, kind of maps out the main areas where businesses compete, and then gives a really interesting example.
A specific case study, yeah.
Right. So our mission here is really to unpack what this source shows about the core decisions companies need to make, to actually compete well.
Absolutely. The source really drives home that competition isn't something that just happens to you. Businesses have to be active. They need to make strategic choices.
Strategic choice is okay. And the source lays out these sort of traditional battlegrounds, doesn't it?
It does. It lists the big ones.
Yeah. Price,
Right?
quality, location,
Mm.
uh, product range, and customer service. Those five.
Mm-hmm. The classics.
So when you're facing rivals, these are kind of the first things you look at, right? Like, are we cheaper? Is our stuff better? Are we easier to find?
Do we offer more variety? Is our support top-notch? Exactly. These are like the fundamental pillars.
But just picking one must be tough.
Yeah.
Like being the absolute cheapest.
Oh, yeah. Competing just on price is incredibly hard to keep up. Someone can always undercut you, eventually.
Right. Or location.
Yeah.
That only works if you have a really unique spot, I guess.
Precisely. Which leads to the idea that companies often need to be a bit more, well, sophisticated.
Go beyond just hammering one of those five things.
Exactly. And that brings us to the example the source uses, which I think is really illuminating. It talks about LUSH.
Ah, LUSH. Like, yeah, the bath bomb place. You can, like, smell it down the street.
That's the one.
So the source shows LUH and then lists these specific things they emphasize, like their core values or selling points.
Kind of like their competitive identity, yeah.
It says, naked products, fighting animal testing, fresh cosmetics, 100% vegetarian, ethical buying, and handmade with love. Quite a list.
It really is. And it tells you straight away, they're not just selling, soap. They're selling something more.
Definitely selling a set of values.
Mm.
Looking at that list, okay, fresh cosmetics and handmade with love. Those seem like they connect back to quality, right?
For sure. And maybe product range, too. It defines what their products are like.
But it's specific, isn't it? Fresh isn't just good.
Exactly. Fresh suggests something about ingredients, maybe shelf life. It sets a certain expectation. And handmade, that implies, maybe uniqueness, not mass-produced.
So they're using these specific words to really define their version of quality and product range, adding layers, kind of.
They are. It's a specific take on those broader categories.
Okay, but then what about things like fighting animal testing or ethical buying and 100% vegetarian? How do those fit into the price, quality, location framework?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting, I think. This is LUSH competing on, let's call them strategic values.
Strategic values, okay.
Yeah, these go beyond just the function of the product or, how the store is run day to day. They connect with what customers believe in.
Ah, so it's about ethics, beliefs.
Right. I mean, 100% vegetarian links to product range. Sure, it's about ingredients. But focusing on fighting animal testing or ethical buying, those are choices about, well, how they source things, their whole supply chain, their company stance.
And that makes them different in a way that just being cheaper wouldn't.
Totally. It attracts people who care specifically about those things. They're building a tribe, almost.
So LUSH basically says we compete on quality, defined by fresh and handmade, and we compete on these specific values.
Exactly. They state these principles clearly, they live by them, hopefully, and they tell everyone about it. It carves out their own space. They aren't trying to beat everyone on price.
They're attracting a certain customer.
A customer who resonates with that whole package. So it adds this whole other dimension beyond those initial 5 areas the source mentioned. It shows that, yeah, price, quality, they matter, but these unique values can be super powerful differentiators too.
Okay, so pulling this together, we have the standard framework: price, quality, location, product range, customer service, basic competitive levers.
The foundations, yeah.
But the LUSH example shows that real success often comes from maybe drilling down deeper or adding new angles.
Yeah.
Using specific things like handmade or ethical to define your quality, your brand, and connect with people who get it.
That's a great way to put it. Competition really pushes businesses to get specific, to get creative about how they stand out across, well, potentially many different dimensions.
Right. So thinking about all this, for you listening, How does a company actually figure out which specific values or unique features going beyond just being cheap or convenient are going to be the most effective? You know, the ones that really click with customers and make them stand out. That's something to maybe mull over.
Thanks to both of you for joining us today. You've been listening to the Business Gurus. Let's now hand it over to you. What further questions do you have based on what we've discussed so far? Leave a comment and we'll get back to you right away. If you haven't already, hit that follow for more business tips.